In this video, I'm going to give you a simple step-by-step breakdown to help you stop or reverse prediabetes from turning into diabetes. You see, there are 3 stages in the process to going from having no diabetes to being diagnosed type 2 diabetes. And process number 1 is first insulin resistant. Process number 2 is the pre-diabetic stage. And then ultimately, process number 3 is the diabetic state. In this video, I'm going to give you the different signs to look for as potential indicators so that you know if you are on the road to developing diabetes and what you can do to prevent it. I'm going to break this down to you in 3 separate sections inside this video. In the first part of this video, I'm going to define the difference between the pre-diabetic and the diabetic state. In the second section of this video, I'm going to break down what is insulin and what is being insulin resistant. And in the third section of this video, I'm going to show you how the knowledge in the first 2 sections will be vital to helping you activate your fat burning systems. One of the most common mistakes that Black people make when they're trying to lose weight is thinking that you can actually do things to burn fat, when in actuality, what you do is you learn how to activate your fat burning systems. And in another part of this series, I'm going to break down to you how to effectively incorporate exercise, nutrition, rest, and recovery routines to help you torch body fat and optimize your overall health. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with the Black Men's Health post so that you can get these new videos as soon as they come out. And before we get started, I would like you to know that a Black Men's Health is a platform dedicated to helping success-minded Black people unlock and unleash their full potential. We believe that the head of the Black unit is the Black man, but there is no true success in the Black unit without the Black queen. That's why it is our mission to bring awareness and education to the Black community using positive mentors, role models, and guides to help you live the life of your dreams. Okay, so let's get started. What is prediabetes? Prediabetes means that you have a higher than average blood sugar level. However, it's not high enough to be considered as type 2 diabetes. Still, without certain lifestyle changes, African American adults and children have a higher than 60% chance of developing type 2 diabetes. And one thing, if you have prediabetes, the damage of diabetes, especially to your heart, blood vessels, and kidneys, may already be starting. However, there is some good news. The progression from prediabetes to type 2 diabetes can be prevented. Things like eating healthier foods, making physical activity a part of your daily routine, and staying at a healthy body weight can help you bring down your blood sugar levels so they can get to a place of normalcy. And once they get normal, you can start to reverse that pre-diabetic state before it turns into diabetes. The same lifestyle changes that can help prevent type 2 diabetes in adults might also bring a child's blood sugars level down who has been diagnosed with either type 2 diabetes and a lot of times even type 1 diabetes. Now, here are some signs that you might want to look at to give you indications that you might be in a pre-diabetic state. Number 1, if you look down and find it difficult to see your feet, you're probably in a pre-diabetic state. 2, blurry vision. 3, if you have dark skin patches like around your necks or your elbows, inside your armpits, and even on your knuckles, that could be an indicator as well. Number 4, if you are getting up constantly at night to use the bathroom, that's an indicator. 5, if you are constantly experiencing excessive fatigue. 6, if you have a bulging midsection. Now, just to be clear, these are only potential signs to determine whether you have prediabetes or not. If you really want to know, make sure that you consult your doctor or your physician to get the right blood test so that you can get a proper diagnosis before this turns into diabetes. So, what is diabetes? Diabetes is a term for several conditions involving how your body turns food into energy. According to the American Heart Association, there are primarily two types of diabetes. Number one is type 1 diabetes. This type of diabetes is also referred to insulin-dependent diabetes. It used to be called juvenile onset diabetes because it often occurs in young children. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune condition. It happens when your body attacks your pancreas with antibodies. As a result, the organ is damaged and it doesn't make insulin. Your genes can really be a reason why you get this type of diabetes. It could also happen inside your cells, which affects your pancreas so that you can't really make insulin. If you have type 1 diabetes, you'll need to make changes, including frequency of testing your blood sugar levels, careful meal planning, daily exercise, taking insulin and other medication as recommended by your doctor or physician. But you can live a happy and productive life with type 1 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes. Type 2 diabetes is the most common form of diabetes. Type 2 diabetes has historically been diagnosed mainly inside adults, but children do get type 2 diabetes as well, especially in the last 30 years for African Americans. African American children and young adults have been developing type 2 diabetes at an exponential rate because of, I guess, sometimes family history, but also higher rates of obesity, which I believe what I explained inside this video up here is really an attack on us when they used to give us the food pyramid and told us that we should eat a lot of carbs, a lot of high sugary fruits, and a lot of dairy inside of we should incorporate this stuff inside of our diet, which turns out to be total BS now. About 90% of people who have diabetes has this form of diabetes, type 2. When you have type 2 diabetes, your pancreas usually creates some insulin, but either it's not enough or your body doesn't use it as it should. Now, type 2 diabetes is often milder than type 1, but it can still cause major health complications, especially in your tiny blood cells inside your kidneys, nerves, and inside your eyes. Type 2 diabetes also raises your risk of getting limb amputations, heart disease, and strokes. African Americans who are obese, which means you are more than 20% over your target body weight as the ratio it is for your height, have a 60% chance to develop type 2 diabetes and the health problems that are associated with this. Obesity is often the main culprit to what they call insulin resistance. When you're insulin resistant, your pancreas has to work harder to make more insulin, but it's still not enough to keep your blood sugar levels where they should be. When you have insulin resistance, this is the precursor to becoming, getting into a pre-diabetic state. What is insulin? Insulin is a hormone made in your pancreas, a gland located behind your stomach. It allows your body to use glucose for energy. Glucose is a type of sugar found in many carbohydrates. After a meal or snack, your digestive tract breaks down these carbohydrates and then changes them into glucose. Glucose is then absorbed inside your bloodstream through the lining of your small intestine. Once glucose is inside your bloodstream, insulin causes the cells throughout your body to absorb the sugar and then use it as energy. The job of insulin is to lower your blood sugar by storing glucose in your muscles and liver as sources of energy that you could use later. Now, when glucose is present in your bloodstream, insulin blocks access to your body's fat reserves. This means when you have high insulin levels inside your body, it becomes very difficult or next to impossible for your body to be able to use fat as fuel. Basically saying is that you're going to gain a lot of weight even if you don't eat that much. So even during exercising or dieting, when you have too much insulin inside your bloodstream, you will find it very difficult to lose weight. This is why if you want to know the secret to burning fat fast, you have to understand two hormones, insulin and glucagon. And glucagon is a fat burning and fat unlocking hormone. I'm going to break these two hormones down and the secret to burning fat fast in the next video. So make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be the first to get these videos as I release them at least once a week. Okay, so over time, having too much insulin inside your body results in a condition called insulin resistance. Insulin is one of the main hormones responsible for lowering your blood sugar levels. Insulin resistance means that you cannot respond to the amount of the hormone insulin as it's being produced. Being insulin resistant typically means that your blood sugar levels are higher than they should be, and they will spike even when you are eating small amounts of certain carbohydrates like simple carbs or sweets or candies, sodas, and things like that. In addition, it also means that you store fat a little more easier because insulin promotes fat storage. Conditions like obesity, being significantly overweight or having excess belly fat, having a sedentary or inactive lifestyle, or a diet high in carbohydrates are the primary causes for insulin resistance. The correlation between obesity, insulin resistance, and diabetes are shown in this image that you're looking at right now. Now, you can take steps to reduce insulin resistance by controlling your weight, exercising regularly, and eating a low-carb diet. Here are a few signs that you might be already in an insulin-resistant stage. Number one, abdominal obesity. As your waist grows larger, insulin becomes increasingly insufficient inside your body. Number two, hunger or cravings for sugars or carbohydrate-rich foods. Number three, acne or large pores on your face. Number four, skin tags. Number five, swollen ankles. Now, there are more signs that you could be insulin resistant than that I had stated inside this video. So the only way to really be sure if you're insulin resistant is you have to check your doctor or physician and get certain blood tests that will let you know where you stand on the progressive ladder of insulin resistance, prediabetes, and type 2 diabetes. So the usual progression of type 2 diabetes is insulin resistance, meaning that your body cannot respond to the hormone insulin as it's produced. Prediabetes means you have a higher than average blood sugar level. However, it's not enough to be considered as type 2 diabetes. Number three, diabetes. Your pancreas usually creates some insulin, but either it's not enough or your body doesn't use it as it should. Of the three, insulin resistance is the easiest one to reverse. The good news is prediabetes and diabetes can be reversed, but it does take a lot more work. That's why the sooner that you can get diagnosed to see where you're at between insulin resistance, prediabetes, and diabetes, the easier it's going to be for you to actually reverse these symptoms. This is something personal to me because even though for a long time I figured because I worked out a lot, that I ate pretty good, that I didn't even have to worry about these. But I had a real big sweet tooth, and eating a lot of sweets is an indicator that you are becoming insulin resistant because my body was craving a lot of sweets. And for the people that know me, they know that I didn't have a sweet tooth. I actually have sweet teeth. So when I started learning more about this, I felt it was vital for me to make certain lifestyle changes. And this is one of the reasons why I'm actually making this video to help other people, because it really doesn't matter how you look on the outside. You can still develop insulin resistance, prediabetes, and diabetes. And here is some more good news. All of these can be reversed using the same processes of a low-carb diet, a consistent exercise routine, and an overall healthier lifestyle. I have a video, which you can see this link up here, that kind of talks about some of the more popular diet styles like keto, the Mediterranean, and intermittent fasting. So if you click this link, you can watch that video, and it can really help you find a way of eating that's easiest for you to maintain. Now, don't worry. In this video series, I'm going to give you all the information that you need to figure out the best diets for weight loss, the best exercise regimens that you can stay consistent and live a healthy lifestyle with, and personal development tips to help you create success habits that's ultimately going to be the dictator of the future that you have. Remember, I always say it's not what you think that creates your future, it's the habits that you have. Part 3, even if you don't have prediabetes or diabetes, the information in this video is essential to helping you get the steps that you need to help you defeat your weight gaining problems. Now, because knowing about exercising and diet is not enough to turn your body into a fat burning system, you have to understand the different components involved in helping you reach your weight loss goals. And not knowing this information is the main thing that stops a lot of us as Black people from achieving the overall health results that we desire. See, a lot of times we get good information, but we either get the information in the wrong order or the information is missing a lot of components. This is why the goal of a Black men's health is to make sure that you get all the pieces and get them in the proper order so that you can unlock and unleash your full potential. So stay tuned and follow this video series, because I guarantee you won't have to look anywhere else when it comes to getting the results that you desire. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.